Good morning, everybody. Mark Finan here in the Home Weather Office on this Tuesday morning. It is the 11th day of July, 2023, and this is the morning briefing that I bring to you just about every morning from the Home Weather Office, where, as I look out the window, it is a beautiful morning, and if you've been out this morning, you'll notice that it is warmer than it was over the weekend at this hour, and I just checked at this hour as I record this around 8:30. Temperatures in the valley are around 7 or 8 degrees warmer than yesterday, and while that will level out a little bit this afternoon, we will see temperatures get well into the 90s this afternoon. But also keep in mind that at this time of year for downtown Sacramento, the average high is 94. In 2 days, that goes to 95, and that's as high as it gets. So even a temperature of 96 or 97 is only slightly warmer than average. But we are still eyeing a chance of some real heat later on this week. So a couple of things I want to get to. It'll be a little bit all over the place, but I do want to talk about some good news, if you will, and something we haven't talked much about on TV. We usually don't talk about things that are not happening, but let's talk about the fire season. So this is how much acres have burned in California through the 10th day of July the last 3 years. So back in 2021, by this time, we'd already had 250,000 acres burned in the state, and we had, of course, had active fires going on. And then last year was a pretty benign year. We didn't even see, we saw about 350,000 acres burn over the total course of the year. And by this time last year, we'd had 28,000 acres burn. And this year, it's 8,400 as of today. So we are certainly getting off to a really good start, a delayed start to our fire season, if you will. Now, 8,000 acres, that's nothing. And when we do get a big fire that starts, 8,000 acres can go in, an afternoon or less. So it's nothing more than a good start to our fire season, a very benign start, what you might expect after having a cool, wet spring. And our fire season is really going to depend almost entirely on the weather that we get in from mid-August through September and early October, depending on when the rain season decides to start. If we do get some very warm weather in, let's say, late August, early September with offshore winds, fire danger goes up. And it just takes one fire to consume hundreds of thousands of acres. But I did want to give you that bit of good news right now that, we're doing really good so far this year. We've had relatively comfortable temperatures, nice, cool, wet spring, and nothing in the way of big fires. And of course, that also means we haven't had anything in the way of smoke to deal with either. Let's take a look at what's happening from above. We have another beautiful, clear morning with great air quality throughout all of California. And you'll also note there is an extensive marine layer from Southern California all the way up the coast. But if you'll note, it's not pushed inland in very many areas. There's a little bit of it down here into the Salinas Valley, but we're not seeing it pushed well inland this morning. And there's a good reason for that. And that's because it's been kind of squashed. So this is the depth of the marine layer, and this is 24 hours ago, and this is the current time. So time increases this way. And then let me move this over a little bit so you can see the depth here. This is 1,000 feet, 2,000 feet, 3,000 feet. So in other words, 24 hours ago, the marine layer was up here around 2,800 feet. And you can just see how it started to get squashed yesterday. And now it's down to its thinner level down here at 1,000 feet or less. So when you get an onshore breeze, the cool air doesn't get pushed very far inland because of the barrier of the coastal hills. You'll get a little bit through the Carquinez Strait, but you really want to see that marine layer up around 2,000 feet, and instead the marine layer is going to be down here for the next few days. So any onshore breeze will be less productive, but we'll still see some nice cooling in places like southern Napa County and maybe even in parts of Solano and Contra Costa counties. But any farther inland, the delta breeze will be much, much less productive with it squashed like this. So it looks really good from above, but when you look at it here, you can just see it's just squashed. So let's talk about the warmer air coming in. And what I'm going to show you here are the temperatures at 5,000 feet. And I'm going to talk about how these are going to be warming up. Now, as of this is as of 5 o'clock today, and I'll just be going from 5 o'clock to 5 o'clock to 5 o'clock. So these temperatures around 22, 23. Now over the weekend, these temperatures were down in the teens, which is good. So our 5,000 foot temperatures today are going to be around 22 degrees, which gets us up to around the low 70s Fahrenheit, if you will. All right, that's good enough to get the valley into the mid 90s in degrees Fahrenheit as we go through the afternoon. And the temperature doesn't change that much over the next couple of days. This is Wednesday afternoon. The temperature maybe has gone up to 23 degrees or so. And then on Thursday, it should go up a little bit more. This is Thursday. Then we're up to 24 degrees. 24, that's about 74 degrees Fahrenheit. And let's get into Friday. Friday's the day we expect temperatures to get well above 100. Now we're up to 26 degrees. And then the weekend is when we're expecting the real heat. And this is Saturday afternoon. Now these temperatures are 30 degrees. 30 degrees Fahrenheit, I should say 30 degrees Celsius. That's 86 degrees. That's 86 degrees Fahrenheit at 5,000 feet. A couple of things about that. So if you have the air that is 86 degrees at 5,000 feet, that translates to temperatures well above 100 in the valley. That's when we start getting our 108s, 109s, 110s, that sort of thing. And but also keep in mind that when we get the inversion that builds in, this is what helps to keep the foothills very warm. By the time we get to Saturday and Sunday, we may see foothill temperatures in places like Auburn or even Camino, Plymouth, and Jackson. We may see overnight lows of 75 to 78 degrees. So that's so you have this warm air aloft, and it just really squashes everything. So that's Saturday, and then Sunday that doesn't change all that much. Let's see, back right here. So we still have these temperatures up around 30, 31, 33 degrees. That's getting close to 90 degrees Fahrenheit at 5,000 feet. And then on Monday, it begins to come down a little bit. We're down to around 30, and then into next week, I'll go ahead to next Wednesday. This is Wednesday. Then the temperatures are back down to the low 20s. In other words, about where we're going to be right now. So you can see that the big heat has then, the dome of heat, if you will, has been pushed a little bit farther to the east. So with these temperatures aloft warming up, especially as we get into the weekend, this is what we use to kind of pinpoint which days are going to be the hottest. And right now we think Saturday and Sunday are going to be the hottest, with valley temperatures of 108, 109, 110, something like that. There could be parts of the valley, especially from Butte County to the north, that could be hotter, the 112s, 113s, that sort of thing. But for areas like Sacramento County, San Joaquin County, Southwest Placer County, Western El Dorado County, those areas will be, plenty hot. And of course, going up in elevation, even areas along Highway 49 could be as high as 105 this coming weekend. So you do want to, as you think about what you're going to do this upcoming weekend, you want to plan around the heat as much as you can. If you have an outdoor project that you're working on, this next weekend may not be the best time to do that. Or if you do, use some hours early in the morning between 7 and 10 o'clock. It's just going to warm up so fast. Even those morning hours are going to be very warm, especially in the foothills. So everything is still on track for our forecast. 90s the next few days. Hundreds, well above hundreds as we get into the weekend. And then next week, temperatures will cool, if you will, back down into the range of the mid-90s. But the peak heat still looks like it'll be Saturday and Sunday. So that's everything I've got for you this morning. It being a Tuesday, it'll be a busy day. We'll have the normal TV schedule, the 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, and 11, and there will be a Facebook live chat tonight at 8 o'clock. So if you want to join me then, you can do that. In the meantime, have a great day, make it a good one, and I'll talk to you later.